Good morning and welcome to Chair Yoga with Olivia. I'm Olivia. This is my church, North Presbyterian Church in Williamsville, New York. If this is your first time coming to class, welcome. I hope you'll find it to be beneficial to your health, your general well-being. If you've been here before, welcome back, and I'm glad you chose to be present today. Sometimes that's the hardest part. As I said in my email today, we're going to work on, I'm going to get the juices flowing and work on stretching and strengthening our legs, working core muscles and back. We're going to take a little more attention to alignment today. So if I say head over, heart over, pelvis 50 times, that's exactly what I mean. So that when we step out into the world, leading with our heart, only good things can happen. So we only have 45 minutes to do this in. Let's get started. Grab some water, a chair without arms, and take your shoes off if in your comfortable place. I'll meet you on the chair. That seems pretty good. Okay, I had Renee adjust, thinking maybe I'm going to have the sunshine moving on me today, so we'll see how we do. All right, out to the edge of your seat, if you will, please. Take a deep breath in, exhale, sigh, make a little noise. Yes, the sun is shining here in Buffalo. It's going to be a beautiful day here today. We're going to be walking later today at 1 o'clock, so let's get ready. Roll the shoulders around and then let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Just a little tuck in the chin here. Let the shoulders just fall away from the ears. And now begin that cyclic breath in through the nose, out through the nose, as if there's this wonderful aroma. And I'll always go to chocolate chip cookies or cinnamon rolls. That you're breathing in, or maybe fresh bread, that you're breathing in. Let it swirl around in the back of your throat, make its way down to the lungs. Grab every bit of oxygen and of good aroma, and then a long, slow exhale, as if you didn't want to give it up. And as that happens, begin to pay attention to the rise and fall of the shoulders, the expansion of the rib cage, and notice where your energy level is. And just notice. Perhaps you'll notice that the inhale will give you a little more energy. So maybe that's what you needed all along, was just some deep breaths. And then let your eyes just drift open. I'm going to take my feet a little further apart. I'm going to start in the hips and work up to the spine, crown of the head today, circling around. Belly in as you move, as the shoulders move back a bit, to keep head over, heart over, pelvis. That spine in alignment here. I guess I would say the only time you might not have head over, heart over, pelvis would be when you were stretching the back. All right? Maybe stretching the core, the front of the body. But other than that, head over, heart over, pelvis. And I often like to do this with my head closed. My eyes closed. So just try that. See how that feels. It's almost like you can really let the upper body just relax. Switch directions, go the other way. You can let the upper body relax a little bit more. you do this. Feel the transfer of weight. Front body moves to the back body moves to the front body. Just be aware. All right. Coming right back up to the center, almost like you're going to spiral up. Walk your feet in so they're hip chair width apart here. Hands on the thigh muscles. Take a deep breath in. I want you to roll towards the tailbone. Keep your eyes on your device here. We're going to take this. This is going to be in the low back. Whoops, I need to switch this around. I'm getting that top of that microphone right in my belly. Okay, and then inhale. You're going to slide the hands towards the crease of the hip and let the pelvis tip forward. Exhale, round down, round back, tailbone underneath you. Inhale, round forward. Actually, I'm going to come to the front of my, the top of my thigh muscles here. Exhale. I haven't moved this up into my back just yet. I'm taking care to just work in the low back. So really sort of isolate the pelvis. You're going to tip it anteriorly and then posteriorly. And again. All right. So let's begin to take this a little bit deeper. Roll towards the tailbone. Scoop the belly. Drop the chin down. Make that spine a C shape. And then coming right back up, sit tall in the sit bones and lift the heart. So watch we don't tip that pelvis anteriorly. I want you to sit on the sit bones and lift from the heart. Exhale, scoop, roll under, scoop the belly, drop the chin. Inhale, come right back up, sit bones underneath you, and begin to lift the heart. Draw the elbows back. There's that strong back, there's that stretched core. And exhale, scoop the belly. There's that strong core and stretched back. And one more time. Tip of the sit bones, pay attention to that. Elbows back, lift the heart. And then exhale. Let's align the spine from the tailbone. Nice little curve in the spine allows us to sit nice and tall. Crown of the head reaching skyward, and from here, tip the head. Pass through the center, we go the other way. Tip the head, so lifting that right ear towards the ceiling, and then the left ear to the ceiling. And again, over, side to side. Not moving my spine at all, keeping head over heart over pelvis, or I guess I should say heart over pelvis. And again. All right, and now we begin the semicircle right here in front. Drop the chin, come over to the other side, and back up. Time for a hair clip, and the other way. This should feel pretty darn good. You may feel a little crackling, popping, as long as there's no pain. And one more time. All right, coming right back up. Release the fingers down towards the ground, palms out, splay them out, lifting the heart. Again, be careful we're not tipping that pelvis forward. Stay tall in the sit bones, belly in. And now, hinging forward, I'm going to lift the knuckles back just a wee bit and keep that head over heart over pelvis. In fact, let's do this. Let's turn the thumbs a little more skyward. So the palms are going to begin to press out a little bit. The shoulder blades draw together, and we get that great stretch in the back here. Keep the sit bones on the chair, so push back into them. And then circle sweep the arms up. Deep breath in, and here we go. Coming all the way back down. Take the arms out, squeeze the shoulder blades, scoop right back up, palms away, turn them out, scoop them up. For some reason, my toes seem to be doing the same thing. And again, all the way back up. Reach for that left wrist, palm to the ceiling. We'll take a baby arc over. And as you do this, you'll get this nice stretch here. Work on getting a stretch in the right side too. So lift the rib cage, drop the shoulders. All right, release back up. We turn to the right, float the arms down. First, drop the chin, keeping the shoulders back. Drop the chin, look to the hip, and then draw this nice line up right on the right wall, taking the gaze up. All right, come back to the front. Grab the left or right wrist and reaching skyward. Okay, nice and tall, belly in, head over heart over pelvis. And we're going to take this little arc. So again, instead of crunching down on that right side, lift out of it. So press both sit bones into the chair. Breathe. All right, open the arms. Turn towards the left. Float them down. Now, keeping the shoulders back, drop the chin down towards your chest. I'm looking down towards my left leg, my left hip, depending on your flexibility in your neck and your spine. Drawing that left shoulder back. And then with my nose, I'm going to draw a line right up that left wall. Come on back to the front, both hands on the chair, and let's lift one knee in and then the other. Okay, if you are going to remain seated and we get going on some leg lifts today, which we're going to, this is where I'm going to want you to stay, all right? Or this is where I'm going to want you to sit back down if you have been up. I'm sitting nice and tall. I'm using the hands on the back to keep head over heart over pelvis instead of this, right? Okay. Now out to the side and back in. Out to the side and back in. You need to use your hand to do that. It's okay. It's about flexibility, range of motion in the hip here. All right? And again. One more. All right. Take a deep breath in. Float your arms down. Slide up the legs. Heart comes forward. Belly in. Reach into chair pose. Yeah, there's that strong back. Pull the elbows back. Imagine they were going to touch behind your back. Now watch that pelvis. Have you rocked it forward? Keep the sit bones on the chair. Yeah. You got something in your hands? You want to push it up to the ceiling. Sit up nice and tall. Hands together. Feet underneath your knees. Okay? So we're going to stand up on an exhale. Hands here, use the chair, whatever you need to. It's a lot easier if you're sitting towards the front of the chair. Deep breath in, belly in, we rise up. All right, coming into our standing mountain pose. Head over heart over pelvis. That's maybe the 4th time I've said that. Okay, so I want you to remember this, what this feels like, because when we come into our various postures, always open chest, lifting the heart. Mountain pose. So we're going to take a couple of squats here. If this is too much for you, by all means, sit down and just add those knee lifts. Deep breath in. Exhale. We come back down. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale. Coming down. Inhale. Rise back up. The chair's handy. You feel a little more comfortable with the chair behind you. Get back a little bit closer to it if you need to. You want to be sure you're sending that tailbone back and you're not coming here, right? You send the tailbone back again and down. Sometimes I think the arms help. And down. And so does the breath. All the way up, all the way down. Hold that. Now, be sure you can see your toes. Eyes up, heart forward. Let's take the hands on the thigh muscle. I'm going to press down on my thigh muscles here and just take a little pulse down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise back up. Mountain pose. Let's keep everything there. We're going to do the same thing. Lowering down, looking to your device. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise back up. And again. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Maybe deepen it. Rise back up. Deep breath in. And release. All right. Taking the feet out a wee bit wider. We're going to go side to side. One teacher that says, knock on heaven's door. So swinging the arms around just gently. Be sure you lift up that opposite heel from the direction you're going. All right. And again. All right. And then just slow it down. Drop the feet down. And it'll stop on its own. All right. Here we go. Let's go around to the back of the chair. And we'll see how we do with the sun. Boy, it's chasing me today. Okay, coming into downward facing dog. Hands on the chair, stepping the feet back. What I want you to do first is we're going to take this pelvic tilt so you'll feel the difference. And I'm going to turn sideways. You may want to watch me first. What I'm going to do is tip my pelvis forward. I get a really great lengthen in the back of the leg. My belly's pulled in. And then I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to posteriorly tilt the pelvis. In other words, I'm going to draw the tailbone downward towards the ground.
And then tip it anteriorly so that tailbone goes up. And then scoop the belly and draw the tailbone down underneath you.
All right, so let's use this image. Your tailbone, you draw a line up the wall with your tailbone, and you draw a line down the wall with your tailbone, okay? Try that.
Okay, as you tip it up, you're going to feel that lengthen in the back of the legs. Please pull the belly in. As you draw it down, you feel that stretch in the low back, right? So now what I want you to do is find middle ground. Right smack in the middle. You're neither feeling a stretch or a strain anywhere. You are in neutral pelvis. Breathing deep. Bend the knees. Bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. Push off the legs, round the spine, and roll back up.
All right, deep breath in. I'm just going to turn back to you. You should be behind your chair. Here's a forward fold. We're going to halfway rise. We call this monkey pose. Utasana. Slide up the legs right here. Now, most important here is head over heart over pelvis. What's happened to the heart? Is it closed in around the shoulders? So roll the shoulder blades back. Bend the knees as much as you need to. You can rest the hands on the thighs there. That's fine. Keeping the chin tucked. We circle sweep into chair pose. Come all the way up. Deep breath in. Release back down. Okay, just a little shakeout. Let's grab a drink of water this time, and we'll come back and work on hamstrings in the back of the leg now. All right. Okay, so stepping around to the side, the right side of your chair, you're going to put the left foot right there by the back leg of the chair, and stepping back, toe ball heel on the right foot, rising up into our warrior one. Yeah, here we are. Both arms if you can. Deep breath in. All right. With that left hand, right hand, I'm going to drop it back to my left leg. No, right hand to right leg, Olivia, reaching skyward. All right, let's circle sweep that arm right back up. Couple of choices. You can take that left hand to the chair, or take that left hand around to your back left pocket, maybe all the way back to the leg. It's up to you, depending on your flexibility, and lifting up. All right, circle sweep, rise right back up. Exhale, forward fold, and inhale, come right back up. All right, left hand on the chair, lift that right heel, and we're going to bend that back knee. So coming into a lunge position here. All right, rise up. I'm on that back ball of my foot, so my back heel is up, and lower down. Now, what tends to happen here is we tend to come forward because our quadricep muscles are very tight. All right, so lowering down, lifting back up. We are still working quadriceps. We're going to get into our hamstrings very soon. Lower down and right back up. Just easy. I want you to imagine this knee is making its way to the ground. Don't let it go there, but it's going to draw right straight down. And again, you can take a little pulse, whatever range of motion you want to take here. All right. And rising back up, come into our high lunge now. So that back heel is lifted. We're going to take this arc over. Getting a nice stretch in that quadricep muscle. And now we're going to switch. I'm going to drop my hand down. You can move the chair if you need to, and swing that left arm back. So we've got this nice twist going on and balance. You want to bring that back foot in. You want to drop the heel down. Do it. Release that right hand forward if you feel so inclined. Both hands to the heart. Come right back to the front. And I'm going to use my chair. I may push it forward a little bit because I'm going to pop that back foot up. Okay? So I still have a micro bend in my supporting leg. That back toe is facing the ground, and the heart's moving forward. Upper body in mountain pose. We pulse that leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up and out to the side. Maybe touch the elbow. Again, right back, turn the toe to the ground and pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, bring it out to the side. Maybe touch it with the elbow. And again, back. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it up, bring it in, touch it. And again back one more time. Pulse 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it up, touch it, bring it right to the front, and let's extend that leg out for a little bit of balance. You want to put the foot down? That's okay. Firm up the legs. Maybe find balance. Add a little micro bend in that supporting leg, of course. All right, so we're going to try something new. Got this chair handy here. Lifting that leg up, I'm going to put the foot on it and cross it over. Now, time out. If you have been told not to cross the midline, you've had a hip replacement, hip trouble, knee trouble, don't do this. Simply put the foot on the ground. That's okay. Otherwise, we're going to come into what I would call sort of our half lotus pose, but we're going to hinge at the hip and come into chair pose. Keeping this foot flexed, it's a little bit of a challenge, but really work at that. That's going to protect that knee. And should you find balance, we come here. Now, I also have another touch point right here. I've pulled that chair into me. And breathe. All right, lifting up, around, and down. Toe ball, heel down. We're going to windmill the arms around. Take the gaze over the 2 peace fingers, and you are in warrior 1. But let's do this first. Look towards the right wall. Get that head over heart over pelvis. Back leg is straight. Front knee is over the ankle, and then just turn the chin so you're looking over the 2 peace fingers. There you go. Head over heart over pelvis. Warrior 2. Lift to the ceiling. Deep breath. One more breath. All right. Windmilling the arms around. I'm going to take one on the chair. I'm going to lift that back heel. And then I'm going to put the other one on the seat of the chair and look to the right wall. Oops, that's the left wall. I must have put my hands on wrong today. Okay, this is where I want you to notice once again, head over heart over pelvis. Have you collapsed here? Can you lift the heart? Can you lift the heart forward to your device, towards me? Coming out of this, let's step that back foot forward. We'll take a deep breath, a forward fold, halfway rise. There's that monkey pose, long spine, crown of the head to the tailbone. My pelvis is in that neutral spine, and we circle sweep. Boy, I can't wait to get back and see how everybody has improved. Release back down. All right, let's go to the other side, see if we can put the same sequence together. It was sort of in my mind when I started. Okay, so right foot is, we're on the left side of the chair. Right foot is next to the leg of the chair, mountain pose. All right, and moving into warrior 1, lift that back heel, toe ball heel down. We rise up, one hand, maybe 2 hands, you decide. But firming up those legs here. Front knee is over the ankle, back leg is straight. Very nice. And breathe. Okay, we're going to lift that right arm to the ceiling and let that left arm slide down the back leg. And then we're going to go the other way, reaching skyward. So now I've got this very long line from my fingertips all the way to the heel on the left side. Right hand is choices on the chair, on your hip, maybe around to that left leg. Whew. That's a big twist and a big stretch. All right, both arms up. Here's a forward fold, just to sort of regroup. Come right back up. And now we're going to pop that back foot forward, or pop that back foot up, flexing the foot, soft knee in front, mountain, airplane pose. Yeah. So heart is lifted. Try to balance if you'd like. And then we're going to take that pulse. So balance if you'd like, or use the chair. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the knee, turn the knee, elbow and knee. And again, it doesn't make it there. That's okay. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, little balance, touch the knee, and back. Your call. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it, turn it, hit the knee. One more time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it, turn it, bump. To the front. Okay, here's that mountain pose again. Head over, heart over pelvis. Extend the leg out. Drop the foot down if you need to. It's okay. We're going to get this chair close to us again. And then as we tuck it in, foot on the chair, you're going to feel a really nice stretch here in that outside leg. Keep that toe flexed and sink into this. Let the heart move forward as the pelvis moves back. Maybe hands at the heart. I got another touch point right here with my hip. Is right there on the chair. Breathing, strong legs to do this. Belly in. One more breath. Okay, we swing that leg around. Toe ball heel. All the way back to warrior 2. Let's get head over heart or pelvis first. So look to that left wall, and this front knee is bent. Yep, back leg is straight. And then we're going to turn the gaze to the front. 2 peace fingers. Yeah, just the head has turned. I'm still reaching my left fingers back, palm to the ceiling. In fact, reaching back, lifting up. You need the chair, then just lift the heart. One more breath. All right, we windmill all the way back. Lift that back heel. All right, back heel is facing the ceiling. I have one hand on the chair. Here's that high lunge. Let's take a little stretch over first to get this hip flexor stretched after that forward fold we were doing, or front knee to the front. And then left hand to the chair. Now bring it in there if you need to, that's fine. The right hand's on the back of the chair. I'm going to press into the heel of my hand and aid in this twist. So think about the back leg here. It's straight, but it's not locked. So if you need to put a bend on it to do that, that's okay. I've got my knee resting here for another touch point. So balance should not be that much of an issue. So you can really concentrate on lifting the heart to your device, drawing the shoulders back, and breathing deep. Even in this position, take the deepest breath you've taken. All right, release. Come back, push forward, deep breath in. Here's Utasana, forward fold, monkey pose. Utkatasana, passing through in our chair pose now. All right, so you can see your toes here. Yeah. We're going to open the arms, press the elbows back. Now notice what's happening to the tailbone. Has it flipped up? I want you to keep that tailbone in alignment with the rest of your spine. You're squeezing the shoulder blades, heart's moving forward a bit. Crown of the head to the tailbone is long. Hands together, hands on the thighs, tuck the tailbone, round back up. And roll the shoulders around, up, around, and down. Palms face the front. Breathe. Let's go to downward facing dog and enjoy this stretch that you deserve. That was a lot of stuff. Breathe deep into the back ribs. One more. All right, bending the knees, bring the hands back to the thighs. Tuck the tailbone, push off the thigh muscles, and round back up. Head's going to be the last thing to come up. Get near the chair if you get dizzy. And breathe. Back to mountain pose. All right. Time out to get yourself a drink of water, and then we're going to turn the chair around too. Okay? So I want you to look at the seat of the chair. I'm sorry. The seat of the chair is facing you, and you're still looking at me. We're going to take the feet wide. Actually, let's take the toes turned out first, and we'll take a little bit of goddess pose. Reaching up high. Star pose first. and sinking down into our goddess pose. Now, what's so important here is this head over heart over pelvis. I'm squeezing my glutes here to keep that tailbone drawing to the ground, because the knees are going to want to buckle in and your tailbone's going to want to go back, which means you don't bend the knees very much, and that's okay. So whatever you can do and still keep head over heart over pelvis. Pull that belly in. Now from here, press the knuckles back a bit more. You're really going to activate the shoulders even more. Firm up the legs and breathe. Leading with our heart, only good things can happen. All right, we're going to tip over. Let's lengthen the arms and then lengthen the arms, trying to hold the legs just as they are. Knees are tracking in the direction of the toes, but of course, not going over the toes. And again, one more time. And should you need that chair, it's always there. Just alternate the chair. And back to the center, rise back up. Turn the toes to the front. Hands come to the heart first. Okay, get those shoulders back. And I'm going to ask you to, let's take the hands on that. No, we're going to start with them here. Sorry. Shoulders back, chest is lifted. Now soften the knees. We're going to hinge at the hip. Now watch what tends to happen. Those shoulders want to roll forward, so keep them back. Now from here, bring the hands to the rib cage, elbows up high, sort of like grasshoppers, right? And squeezing the shoulder blades in. Belly is in. Now take the weight a little more forward for the toes, towards the toes, instead of just on the heel. You'll find the legs activate a little bit more. Deepen this if you can. You can always drop the hands to the chair or the back of the chair because it's right there for you. And breathe. All right, coming back up enough to put the hands on the chair. Walk your feet in first. We're going to step one heel back and getting a little bit of a stretch in that calf muscle that you probably just worked if you pushed your weight forward towards the toes. And then we'll take the other side too. Roll into that heel. Yeah, so you don't have to step back very far to feel that. All right, so now, let's see. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, stepping the feet out wide again. Okay, so wrists are under the shoulders. I'm going to take my right hand. You can take a fist or your hand underneath your heart and swinging that left arm out to the side. Okay, now watch what tends to happen. This right hip tends to drop. What I want you to do is push into the left heel and maybe even adding a little bit of a twist by pushing into the right knuckles or heel of your hand, depending on what you're using. We come into this nice twist, wide standing twist here. Breathing deep. A lot of strength in the back, belly is pulled in, heart is pulling forward towards your device. And then release this arm down and just let it swing underneath you here. Okay, we switch to the other side, same thing. So either knuckles or the heel of your hand. As I've said before, if you're feeling pressure in the heel of the hand, certainly that's a bit challenging, and it's tough on a soft seat actually because you sink in more. But grab the ground with your fingertips, press the knuckles of the hand into the chair as well, okay? And so lighten up on the wrist there. Here we go. We're going to swing that arm out to the side. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. As you twist, what I want you to do is push that right heel into the ground so those hips are not pushing over to the right. You want to keep the hips centered. Turning the gaze if you can. Wide standing twist. Breathe deep. We get that back strong. And then release. Let that arm just release back down. All right, we're going to go into downward facing dog from here. You have choices. You can put the hands on the back of the chair. You can leave the hands on the seat of the chair. Being careful though, because the head may very well fall below the heart, so just be careful. Slide that tailbone to the back wall. And again, maybe a little movement. Tuck it a little bit and then send that tailbone skyward. And then once again, I want you to find that middle ground. Soften the knees as much as you need to do that and pull the belly in. Take the deepest breath you've taken. And one more. Open your mouth and exhale. All right. Taking the gaze towards the chair, step on into it, reverse swan dive all the way up. Whew. And coming back down. All right. Come into mountain pose. And breathe. All right. So we worked on core, head over, heart over pelvis. Turn your chair back around. Strong back, strong quadriceps, hamstrings. And let me show you what happens when you sit down. Go ahead and sit back down. I'm going to turn sideways. So if you can just imagine when you're sitting down, ever so comfortably, think of that couch that you've got that sucks you right in. So what happens here is these hamstrings, they stretch and get weak. These quadricep muscles, they get tight. The back, it gets weak. Let's add a computer to it. And the chest gets tight, not because you're using it, but because it isn't opening up. So everything we do in yoga takes that away. We stretch these, we strengthen these, we open the chest and stretch the back. Voila. You've heard the expression, sitting is the new cigarette smoking. That's why. So have a seat based on that. Oh, having said that, okay, let me get this back on again. Okay, so now we're going to twist. And if you've been told not to cross the midline, once again, let's not do that. You're welcome to keep the foot right there on the floor. But if not, well, we're going to start with the knee coming up. So I'm going to grab the shin. Feel free to grab underneath if that feels better. All right, but lifting up, let that low back press towards the thigh. All right, so you're really going to come into, kind of like a seated child's pose. I mean, this is like the same angle we would take in child's pose. Yeah, so sitting up nice and tall. And really feel that stretch down the back of the leg. All right, so now we are going to cross that leg up and over, again, on the ground if you need to, keeping this foot flexed. We have the left leg on top. Nope. Right leg on top. Right hand. Left hand. Knuckles together and lifting up. Our eagle pose. So you are looking just beyond the wrists here. What I want you to do is just sort of turn the wrists and just find me in your device, and it's as skinny as you could possibly be. And then one more piece. Bring the elbows forward. Bring them up a little bit higher. Nice work in the back. Open the arms, uncurl. We're going to drop that left hand down towards the leg, and I'm going to reach the right one up. Now, I'm going to hinge forward. So I'm going to slide that hand down towards the ground, maybe come to the forearm, maybe come to the elbow. You may want to drop that hand on the back, but get yourself in a position where now you can really be aware of head over, heart over pelvis still, lifting your heart towards the device. Sit back into the sit bones. Breathe deep. Twisted chair. All right, lower down. Let it scoop both arms up. Deep breath in, and up comes the other leg. Okay, so I have rolled back onto my sit bones, but once I grab hold of it, then I'm going to press my low back forward towards the thigh and really stretch the back of that leg in through my glute, lifting that knee up high. Breathe. All right. Crossing that leg over. Foot stays flexed. Left leg, left hand, right hand, knuckles, elbows. Seated, eagle pose. It's a great modification for the arms here as well. Drawing the elbows in. Now they're going to want to come down on your chest. So I want you to lift them off of the chest, turning those wrists, find the skinniest point, and then bring the elbows upward towards me. I mean on your device. Oh, breathing deep. open wide, uncross. Now, take that arm down. Turn the palm to the left. And you may stay right here if you'd like, all right? Or slide down towards the elbow. I'm still going to keep that arm up. You can always tuck it in your back pocket or use the chair back there. And this is when I want you to find that length in the spine again. So from the tailbone to the crown of the head. We are head over heart over pelvis, but we have a little bit of a twist to the spine, but still in that position. Insist on the deepest breath. One more. All right, drop that arm to the back, circle sweep, open the arms wide. Yeah, reach them back. I'm going to take my feet a little wider apart, coming into that seated airplane pose, a little tuck in the chin. And then bring the hands to the thigh muscles and claw through the fingers. Let the heart come forward. Yeah. Pushing right back up, nice and tall. And let's get a little stretch in the back. So knuckles together, round the spine. And then inhale, explode them out. Ta-da! Release down. Walk your hips back. I'm kind of hoping you feel like a dish rag that just got wrung out today. We took a couple of nice twists in there as well. And the reason I do that is because, especially when we're standing, it really requires you to firm up those legs so you're ready to hold that twist. Flex, point, circle, wiggle. Let's get the wrist involved too. All right. And then deep breath in, reaching up. Drop the hands to the back of the head. So just, I'm going to press my head into my hand into the head here, just a little bit. And then going over to the side, take that right hand and just ever so slightly draw down. You can really let the muscles of the neck almost relax a little bit, and so the hand does the work there. And then we'll go the other way, same thing. So just ever so gently as you tip. Hands behind the head once again. Push back into it. Open the elbows. Extend the feet out. Cross them. There's that lounge chair pose. And release. All right. Sit on back against the chair. If you have the kind of chair you can get a little massage on, go ahead and do that. But if not, settle on in. Take that deep breath. Exhale and sigh. We come into some seated meditation. Let the hands fold them in the lap, maybe one at your heart, one at your belly, whatever feels good to you today, whatever you need. Think of this as icing on the cake for the day, preparation for what's to come. What a privilege it is to be alive, to take that deep breath. Just feel that front body sink to the back body. The legs get heavy on the chair. And then begin to let the corners of your mouth draw back in a little bit of a smile. And just notice what that does to your mood. Bringing your hands to your heart, eyes open, soft gaze. Remember last week I quoted a saying that I have hung in my house from a good friend of mine. Hope is hearing the melody of the future. Faith is dancing to it today. May we remain hopeful. May we remain strong. And may we remain joyful on this journey. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning. Remembering a heart at peace shall give life to the whole body. Namaste. I hope I see some of you on the walk at 1 o'clock at the bike path. And if not, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch up with you again next week. Thanks for coming.